Ever felt like someone was being nice to you, but something just felt off? That weird, twisting feeling in your gut? That's not paranoia. That's your psychology trying to send you a warning flare. You see, the most dangerous manipulators don't shout. They whisper. They don't argue with you. They agree with you, just enough to gently bend you in their direction. Deep thinkers see right through this, not because they're cynical or cold-hearted, but because they've trained their minds to ask one simple question every time they interact with someone. What is their motive? Today I'm going to reveal exactly how they do it. We'll uncover the 5 subtle manipulation tricks people use every single day and the mental filters deep thinkers use to catch them in real time. So let us get ready to expose what is really going on behind those friendly smiles. Welcome back. If you watched our last video on empathic listening, you learned how to truly feel and understand people's emotions. This time, you'll learn how to protect yourself from those who try to weaponize those very emotions against you. Here's a quick rundown of what we're covering. First, we'll draw the thin line between persuasion and manipulation. Then, I'll share 5 secret manipulation tactics you probably encounter daily. We'll also look at how to spot hidden motives without causing a confrontation, why your own brain sometimes makes you an easy target, and finally, how to build a kind of psychological armor without losing your sense of empathy. Let's start right here. Persuasion is honest. It says, here's what I want. Manipulation, on the other hand, says, here's what you want, while secretly working to get what they want. In psychology, this is known as covert influence. It looks like a genuine connection, but it feels like confusion. If someone's words make perfect logical sense but they leave your stomach feeling uneasy, you need to pay attention. Your logic is being convinced, but your intuition is screaming that something is off. And you know what? It's almost always right. Deep thinkers learn to listen to both their logic and their gut. Because that gut feeling, that emotion, is your body's way of telling you when your boundaries are being quietly crossed. So, how do manipulators win? They play a game of emotional chess. Here are 5 of their most common moves. First is the "you owe me" trap. They do something nice for you, unasked, just so you feel guilty saying no to them later. This isn't kindness, it's credit control. Second is the emotional anchor. They strategically link a certain feeling to themselves: nostalgia, pity, even fear. They want you to feel something before you have a chance to think. Third, we have the filtered truth. They never technically lie, they just conveniently delete half the story. This leads you to make the wrong conclusion because they've curated the information you receive. Fourth is the compliment cage. They'll say something like, "You're such a loyal friend, I knew you'd help me out." They're using your own self-image as leverage against you. And fifth, the clock pressure. They rush your decision because they know that urgency kills clarity. If someone insists they need an answer right now, the safest answer is always no. Deep thinkers know to pause, because silence can expose manipulation faster than any argument ever could. Here's a powerful secret. Everyone has an emotional fingerprint. It's their normal tone, their rhythm, their overall vibe. When that suddenly changes, it's a sign that something is hiding underneath the surface. For example, when someone becomes unusually calm in a tense moment, they might be concealing something. When they start over-explaining a very small issue, they're probably trying to justify themselves. And when they crack a joke at an inappropriate time, they're most likely deflecting. Deep thinkers don't react to these shifts. They collect them as data. Every emotional glitch is a clue. And when you see the pattern repeat itself, it's no longer a coincidence, it's a motive. Now here's the scary part. Manipulation often works because your own brain helps it along. Cognitive biases are mental shortcuts that can turn your perception against you. You tend to trust people who seem confident. That's authority bias. You're more inclined to like people who remind you of yourself. That's the liking bias. And you're quicker to forgive people who do one good thing, ignoring other red flags. That's the halo effect. Deep thinkers break this spell by inserting a tiny pause into the conversation, a micro moment of awareness. They ask themselves, wait, do I believe this because it's true or just because it feels good to believe? That one simple question can save you from months of regret. So, what's the antidote to all of this? It isn't anger or confrontation, it's radical clarity and having the courage to ask direct questions. Try asking something like, "Are you asking for my help or are you asking for my approval?" Or, "Is this situation truly urgent or is it just important to you?" Direct questions cut straight through the emotional fog. And manipulators absolutely hate that because clarity destroys their control. True empathic strength isn't about being soft, it's about being precise with your compassion. You can be a kind person and still say, no. So here's the truth. Most people don't lack intelligence, they lack awareness. Once you start seeing these patterns, you can stop playing their game and start protecting your own peace. If this video opened your eyes, please hit that like button or share it, and comment, "I see it now," if you've ever realized you were being manipulated after the fact. And if you want to take this to the next level and learn how to read people's hidden emotions before they even speak a word, be sure to watch our next video, The Body Language of Hidden Intentions, What People Reveal Without Knowing. Because once you can both hear emotion and see it, no one can fake their truth around you again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.